what's good, Commanders fans? Another year, another time, Ron Rivera and the Commanders steal another player that the Cowboys released. Last year was John Ridgeway. Now this year is linebacker Jabril Cox, a guy that a lot of Commanders fans liked, and I remember talking about him in some mock draft videos, different videos. I liked him a lot too. He was a 4th-round pick for the Cowboys in the 2021 draft, and he's a very, very good coverage linebacker. Went to North Dakota State, transferred to LSU, then unfortunately, I want to say his rookie season, he tore his ACL. Didn't play in many games. Played in 7 games his rookie year, and then 9 games in 2022. But you look at his numbers at North Dakota State, man, and at LSU. This guy made plays, man. 3 picks. He had 3 interceptions and a pick 6. This guy can cover. He's fluid. He can flip his hips. He can run with tight ends. He can run with running backs. This guy is a really, really darn good coverage linebacker. We haven't had many coverage linebackers in a while. We struggle guarding tight ends, and I think Jabril Cox is a guy that I think can come in and definitely do a better job than what we've had with guarding tight ends. We have a linebacker here with some speed, and I love that. I love that. I love this pickup, and he had 5 pass deflections at LSU as well. I love that Ron Rivera was somewhat aggressive with this pick. This is not super uber aggressive, but I love that he's going out there and trying to get talent, because we talk about all the time where Ron is so conservative and doesn't like to be aggressive and go out there and get guys. Where you see the Eagles with Howie Roseman, they were aggressive off the bat and traded for Albert O. So I like this pickup a lot, man. I think this guy can come in and help. I think Jabril Cox and his agent, they probably looked at our linebacker room, and they're like, hey, they basically got 4 guys on the roster that are going to play this year. They don't have a lot of depth. You know, it's David Mayo, guys like that on the roster. He feels like he probably looked at our roster, was like, hey, he definitely can play, and I think he's going to be on the roster. I think he's going to be on the real roster and suit up on game days very, 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 very soon. So looking at his NFL draft combine write-up, you look at some of his athletic scores and whatnot. He had a 71 athleticism score, which was 10th out of 2021 combine linebackers. He ranked 10th out of all linebackers, and he had a total 78 score for the next gen stats score breakdown for his draft. He had a total score of 78, which was 6th among linebackers in the 2021 combine overall for linebackers. So this guy can play, man. I think this is a steal, just like John Ridgeway, man. Other things, his strengths, excellent work ethic, and his accomplishment oriented on and off the field. Not at all out of place athletically, and moved from FCS to SEC. So you saw he made the jump from North Dakota State to LSU and playing in the SEC. Willing to play through pain. He had a shoulder injury as well. Outstanding field range with explosive closing burst. So he has great closing speed where he can flip his hips, a lot of fluidity where he can click and close, and has that closing speed where, you know, he can get a couple pass breakups. He had a good training camp. He had a good preseason as well, from what I saw from some Cowboys fans and some highlights and stuff like that. Agility to make sudden change of direction and pursuit. We just don't have that a lot in our linebacking core at all. And I think he definitely brings some athleticism and explosiveness that this linebacker room certainly needs. I talked about this with Louis T and Rio Robinson last night on the stream. Louis brought up Jabril Cox, and Ron went out there and got him. So if Ron is still here next year and the Cowboys release somebody, he definitely will probably do it again. Pocket navigation, acceleration to become a dangerous blitzer. Finished college with 26 passes defended, including 9 career interceptions. So we want to force turnovers. This guy has a knack for forcing turnovers as well. Probably can play special teams as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the pickup. I really do. I like this as a low risk, high reward kind of signing. I like it. Last year they went after guys like Tyree Castro-Fields and Rashad Wildgoose. They brought in John Ridgeway. So this is a low risk, high reward signing. This is my sons in the background yelling if you guys do hear them. Some other numbers I found in college where he did really, really well. PFF, he had an 83.2 coverage grade, which was like 5th among linebackers in FCS football. He had 83.5 coverage, which in 2020, 10th among linebackers in college. So this guy can play, man. He can play. I think he's going to get some playing time for sure. All right, so we're going to move on. Ron Rivera talked about Jabril Cox as well in his press conference today. He said he's a physical specimen, a young guy that can run and make an impact. He'll have to learn and grow, but the skill set is looking for as far as that position is concerned. A guy we really liked in the draft that year. He also said he liked his skill set coming out of college. Now it's a matter of learning the system. So he can play zone, he can play man, he can play both coverages for sure. So I'm excited to see what this guy can do for sure. And he was named one of the best steals in the 2021 draft by PFF as well. All right, so let's get to the practice squad here. They came up with the practice squad, so I want to react to a couple of those guys He had a 91.3 coverage grade from the slot, second highest of any NFL draft defender as well. So he can guard the slot as well. So he's a guy that you can match up with a wide receiver, and you won't be concerned about him guarding a wide receiver. So I am excited. I'm legit excited about this move. I like this move a lot. Ben Standing tweeted that reported yesterday the Commanders plan to re-sign center Tyler Larson and Alex Arma to the regular roster. So we'll see. They both have nameplates above individual stalls in the locker room. So those guys are probably going to be coming back to the roster. So they picked up 15 guys on the practice squad. Nobody got poached by any other teams. Like Jared Patterson wasn't claimed. Nobody we released was claimed. Jake Fromm was not claimed. I know a lot of people panicked about Jake Fromm. He is back on the roster on the practice squad. I think that is a good deal. I thought he had the best chance out of everybody to be picked up because he did play for the Giants before, and he had 2 good games. He played really well against the Ravens, and he played pretty darn good against the Bengals as well. So I thought he had a good showing in preseason. So he is back on the roster. Casimir Allen, I knew he was going to be on the practice squad, but even though he had two back-to-back drops, then he must have punted, then he fielded a punt inside the 10. He did everything possible to be released. If you put out a manual and a tutorial how to be released, you look at what Casimir Allen did against the Bengals. He certainly did that. So if it was up to me, I wouldn't even brought him back to the practice squad. I thought there were some other punt returners that released, like Desmond King. I would have signed him to the practice squad. From the Texas, he was released as a punt returner. I would have put him on the practice squad. So I thought there was better options at punt returner, kick returner to put on the practice squad, but they decided to put Casimir Allen on there. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. The tackle, Alex Akingbulu. William Bradley King is on the practice squad. Alex Arma. Mason Brooks, of course, who was dominating against Fedarian Mathis on one-on-ones. Pancaking Fedarian Mathis in practice. Safety Terrell Burgess. Tyree Catchell-Fields, who has a potential to develop in this league as a corner. Derek Gore, who Eric Bieniemy brought in. I was not surprised they did not bring back Jared Patterson to the practice squad. I think Derek Gore is kind of the guy who is taking over Jared Patterson's spot. Eric Bieniemy brought his guy in, Derek Gore. Derek Gore had a good preseason. Jared Patterson had a good preseason, but I think it just comes down to Eric Bieniemy's history with Derek Gore, and he picked him over Jared Patterson. So I wish Jared Patterson the best. Dejon Harris, Jared Jones-Smith, the XFL guy. Nolan Laufenberg made it. Benning Patitotoa, I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing his name, but he made the roster. Bryson Tremaine out of Stanford has connections with quarterback coach Richard Tavita Pritchard, and he had a good third game against the Bengals. He caught a touchdown pass, and he caught a first down pass as well. And quarterback Nick Whiteside, I thought he did a good job. Rashad Wildgoose did not make the practice squad. And who else? There was an other corner. I can't remember his name. It's not Nick Whiteside, but it was somebody. Jace Whitaker from the Cardinals. He did not make the practice squad. Jason Kalu did not make the practice squad. Those are only notable guys that did not make the practice squad that I can think of. Brandon Dillon's on injured reserve. Jonathan Williams is on injured reserve. So a lot of guys they put on injured reserve. Kyrick McGowan, the wide receiver, he did not make the practice squad either. So those are some other names that I'm kind of thinking of right now that did not make the practice squad. Curtis Hodges should have been on practice squad, in my opinion. He probably will end up on there, but he's on the regular roster for now. Let me see the Commander's depth chart real quick, and then I'll wrap it up. Right now, who else didn't make it that kind of had a small chance to make it? They already updated the depth chart already on ESPN. I'm gonna look at the unofficial depth chart real quick. Jared Jones-Smith, Nolan Laufenberg didn't make it. Caden Smith didn't make it. Zion Bowens did not make it. He didn't do anything. Marcus Kemp did not make the practice squad either. That's intriguing. I thought they were trying to put him on the practice squad. He didn't make it. They probably will sign him later because I know Eric Bieniemy likes him a lot. Josh Pryor from Bowie State didn't make it. Farrod Gardner did not make it, the Raging Cajun. Milo Eifler didn't make it either. DJ Sturgis did not make it. Terrell Sturgis did make it. Whitaker, DeMarcus Fields didn't make it. Kendall Smith did not make it. Terrell Burgess did make it. DJ Sturgis did not make it. So, all right, that's all I got for you guys today. Practice updates. They said something about Chase Young today. I'm gonna look that up. Chase Young was stretching with the team before the start of practice. So that's all I see right now with the stinger. That's about it. So, all right, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. And of course, Prize Picks. Make sure you guys sign up for Prize Picks. First time users get 100% deposit match up to $100. Using my promo code @Oliver. You use the link down below in the description. I'm gonna give you guys 2 picks for the season and for NFL Week 1. Dak Prescott over a half a passing yards It's like a promo. It's basically like a taco. That's what they call it on Prize Picks. It's a promo. It's so easy. He's going to obviously get over more than a half a passing yard. And then I would pair that with Jahan Dotson for the season, over 750 receiving yards. I think Jahan Dotson is going to hit that pretty easy this season. I think he's going to get at least no less than 800 yards on the season receiving for sure. If he plays even just 15 games. Even 15 games, he would get over 800 yards easily. So make sure you guys get those picks in. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.